Hi, I'm Tom Farrell, Director of Parks and Recreation here in Brunswick, and I'm with one of our park rangers, Sam Prindall. We're here to talk to you a little bit about a process that we would like you to seriously consider participating in, which is a citizen survey that will help inform the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission as to what recreational improvements the town would like to see as it relates to the impoundment area both below the Brunswick Dam and above the Brunswick Dam. The community has become aware of a number of signs that we have at several riverfront location public spaces, this one being 250th Anniversary Park. There's a sign as you enter the park with a QR code that points citizens to a survey that's very, very important that would lead to potential future improvements for recreational access at this site and a number of sites upriver. In talking to the community, we've decided one of the best ways for the Department of Parks and Recreation to be able to help move this process along so we get a really robust response from the community is to have our park rangers like Sam set up in these public spaces in the next month at different intervals of time where they'll talk to the public about the survey and encourage people in the community and people visiting our community to take time to complete the survey. So Sam, we're at Anniversary Park, and you patrol this park as part of your duties daily. What are some of the things that you traditionally hear from citizens that maybe don't exist on this particular site when they come to recreate here, to take in the environment here? What are some of the things that you hear that people would like to see that aren't here today?
Yeah, we get a lot of feedback, Tom, about water access, and one of the biggest things that we hear as park rangers is that people want better accessibility for mobility issues. So oftentimes people are trying to get closer to the water so that they can watch the beautiful fish jump, watch the local wildlife, and just enjoy the waterfront scenery.
So in terms of Anniversary Park, I know you just mentioned the fish jumping. What's unique to this park that people come here for as opposed to some of our other riverfront public spaces?
Yeah, I think 250th Park is probably one of our most famous sturgeon jump areas. So the beautiful sturgeon fish tend to jump in the waters right outside 250th, and people just get such a huge amount of excitement about seeing those fish jump. Yeah.
In terms of the survey, Sam, people are really looking to probably wondering at home, what am I going to be asked? So there's some just general information that we're going to ask on the survey that deal with, place of residence, so we can get some idea of where people are coming from to visit these locations, some demographic information about age of users, are you here with others, to get some sense of the scale of use. And then it's going to get into asking people exactly what would you like to see in terms of an improvement at this location. I'm just curious, for the people viewing, when you're out and about at any of our public parks, do you often hear of citizens requesting maybe new amenities or improvements? And if so, what do you hear?
Yeah, we hear a lot, and actually we as rangers make it a point to approach people and ask them questions about their experience and about how they're using the space. One of the things that we hear most often is, of course, being able to park and be close to these spaces or having easier walking ability into these spaces. There's also some questions as to what are some of the rules here around fishing, boating, swimming, and then, of course, one of the biggest things is how do we give our input? And so this is one of the best opportunities folks have to give us some of the input here on these parks close to the river. No,
that's really valuable information, I think, for the public to know as they consider doing this. This particular location, a lot of people don't know, came into the town's ownership in commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the town. There was a piece of property privately owned just uphill from where we are that the town was able to acquire, and the land we stand on now, although part of 250 and 50th Anniversary Park is not owned by the town. It's actually owned by Brookfield Renewable, the hydro partner organization that owns and operates the dam. The town has a lease on this lower section so that it's part of the overall park. And one of the things that many people do not know about this park, you seldom see it, but on occasion you will see it. It is a put-back-in location for people that need to portage around this dam who are canoeing down the Androscoggin. They take out at Mill Street and actually bring their canoe down Mill Street to this location where they relaunch to head to Merrymeeting Bay and ultimately the Kennebec and the Atlantic Ocean. So anything else about this particular location, Sam, from a uniqueness standpoint as our parks go that you'd like to highlight?
I think that it's a fantastic park attached to Main Street, Brunswick, and it's such an iconic space to come see with many of the local businesses in the background. I think people love having a walkable town like Brunswick, and with a lot of the new sidewalk construction that we've had, I think this park is going to see even more visitors on a daily basis. And I think it's just such a special part of the downtown space.
Yeah, I think that's really important to highlight too, Sam. One of the things that people may or may not know, the bridge is under construction now, the new bridge to replace the Frank Wood Bridge, and people that have been following that project probably are well aware that there are going to be park improvements on the Topsom side as well as the Brunswick side of the river. And not far from where we're standing right now is going to be a new amphitheater overlooking the river, where a small venue, not a huge amphitheater, but 3 or 4 different levels of seating with a performance area with an overlook right at this location spanning down river. There'll be ADA accessible new access point to that amphitheater, but it will be a major enhancement and improvement at this location. And for people who are interested in seeing what that looks like, you can go to the Maine Department of Transportation website, where you'll find the actual virtual renditions of what this park will look like, with the ability to see it from a variety of vantage points. So in concluding, at this location, what I would ask people to do is, if visiting here, look for these entrance signs at our entrances where you can take this survey. The survey will only help inform us to make the best decisions possible for people in the community who want to see public spaces like this on the river enhanced.